Hey, I'm Vicky and today I'm going to be talking about the best kids pocket money apps and prepaid cards. I have two daughters aged 6 and 8 and I'm really keen to teach them more about budgeting and managing their money. As we're living in an increasingly cashless society, having a pocket money app and a prepaid card really appeals to me because it's teaching them early on how to use these cards, to learn that it's not an abstract thing when you just swipe a card, like there is actually money coming out, teach them how to manage that, checking their balance, making sure that they're not overspending and teaching them about saving towards goals. Because my two daughters are 6 and 8, they cannot have a current account and a debit card. You can't get those until you're 11, 12. So the pocket money app, the prepaid card is a really, really good starting point for this kind of learning. And also just in practical terms, if you want to give your child pocket money, but you never have cash in your pocket because, you know, I don't know about you guys, but I very, very rarely walk around with small change and notes anymore. So it's practical for parents, but it's also realistic in terms of the way your kids are going to be spending as they get to teenagers and then adults. So if you're here, you're probably already aware of some of the big pocket money apps out there. The big one that you've probably heard of is Gohenry, but there are lots of other options. There's Hyperjar, which is the main free option. There's also Rooster money from NatWest. There's also Revolut, there's Starling Bank, and there's a couple of others as well that are very similar to Gohenry, and we're going to go over exactly what they are, which one might be best for your particular circumstance, because one thing that I can tell you is that none of these apps tick every single box. They all have different features that make them good. They have different pros, different cons. So this video is just going to take you through what are the pros and cons, help you make that decision about which of these pocket money apps is going to be best for you and your kids. With one of these apps, your child has to have a mobile phone, and certainly with primary school kids, I don't think there's very many that are going to have a phone, so that is a practical consideration. Other features to expect from a kids pocket money app are whether you can set savings goals, being able to see the spending itemised, most of them do offer that. A chore tracker that allows you, the parent, to set them tasks and chores such as making their bed and feeding the family pet, and then that allows them to earn pocket money for the week. Whether or not the card allows ATM withdrawals, not all of them do. Whether there is any fees for foreign spending if you can use it abroad. Whether you can get a custom card, which isn't an essential feature, but for some kids it might be a nice to have if you can pick the design on the front of their card. Those are the key features to look out for in a pocket money app and prepaid card. We're now going to go through the main options that are out there for you to sign up to and talk about some of the pros and cons of those different options. Let's start with the most popular one, that is Gohenry. Gohenry says that it has 2 million users, and it's easy to see why when you look at the features that it offers. The biggest downside with Gohenry is that it costs £3.99 per month to use the app and the prepaid debit card, and then there's also a very frustrating charge to top up the card more than once. So you get one free load per month, so you, the parent, can add money to it once per month. If you want to add it any more, it's 50p per top up. What I've got in my hand right here is the Gohenry basic prepaid card. If you want a custom card with, and honestly, what I've got in my hand right here is the basic Gohenry card that comes free. If you want a custom card, it will cost £4.99. I have to say the range of designs that Gohenry offers are very, very cool. There's all kinds of awesome characters, and there's some very colourful ones with like donuts with sprinkles on. Your kid, if they're given the choice, obviously will not choose this boring one. They'll want the custom one, but you're going to have to pay £4.99 for that. And as you'll see as we carry on, some of the other prepaid card options, there's no charge at all for the prepaid card. So with a fee of £3.99 a month, how is Gohenry justifying that cost? Well, their app is absolutely full of great resources and it is incredibly easy to use, and the options for managing money, setting chores are really, really good. So you, the parent, can add instant top-ups in the app, and as you can see in the app here, you can see your balance right there at the top. If you go into the money section of the app, you can see where you can set your child's allowance, how much have they got available to spend. You can set them tasks and you can set the amount that they will earn per task. You can set tasks that are done daily, tasks that are just a one-off, tasks that are done weekly, tasks that are done on particular days of the month. It's completely personalizable, which is really, really great. You can view their spending, so what they've been spending their money on. You can also encourage them to save, which is fantastic. So you can add a goal and they can transfer money in towards that savings goal. So that incentivizes them. Say they want a brand new toy, something that they've been really closely looking at for a while. You can say to them, okay, we're happy for you to do that, but you need to do your chores, and then you need to be transferring money into your savings pot specifically for that item so that you can work towards that goal. And you can set deadlines for it as well. One thing about every single one of these apps is they're not banks. They are an app. They're an e-money solution, basically. So your child's money won't be earning interest once you've transferred it into there. What Gohenry allows you to do is teach your child about interest by getting you to pay the interest. So you can teach your child the value of saving by setting up parent paid interest. You set the interest rate. It's you, the parent, ultimately has to pay for it. But I think what's really good about this, what I really love, is it's teaching your child how much easier it is to grow their money if they save, and it's teaching them about the concept of interest. And I just really, really love this feature. I suppose, you know, it's frustrating there's no real interest. I think ultimately you don't want to put, I personally don't want to put huge amounts of money into this app where it's not earning interest. So maybe you could combine this with your child's own savings account where they're earning real interest as part of the teachings that you do with them using this app. Another thing I absolutely adore about this app is the money missions. So your child can be motivated to learn about money and budgeting. You can set a payment, a reward, a cash reward for them going through the money missions on the app. There's all sorts of things like money basics, savings habits, money safety, helping others, budget and plans, borrowing and credit, and intro to investing. There is loads and loads for them to learn here. I think it's a really, really good idea to incentivize the learning and make it part of the app. If you have relatives who would like to gift money for your child for a birthday or Christmas, then you can share a link with them and they can transfer it into your child's Gohenry account. I hope you can see this is a really, really amazing app with tons of features, and this is how Gohenry justifies that £3.99 a month cost. Okay, so from the £3.99 option to the completely free option, Hyperjar. It is completely free. The card is free, using the app is free, adding money is free, totally free. There are some limits on the number of loads. I think you can only load 3 per day, but ultimately with a kids pocket money app, realistically, are you going to need to top it up more than 3 times a day? Probably not. So what is Hyperjar? Hyperjar is actually an adults budgeting app. It's based on the jar budgeting system, bit like a cash envelope system of budgeting. You create different jars for different areas of spending, for example, food, holidays, going out, meals out. And what Hyperjar has done here is just broaden that out and added an option for a kid's prepaid debit card. So when you add a kid's debit card to your Hyperjar account, your child appears as an additional jar on your home screen. So you've got your own jars there, and then your child has their own separate jar, and they can then separate their jars into individual jars themselves. So say night out bowling, toys, whatever it is that they may want to spend money on. One of the biggest downsides of this app is that your child needs a mobile phone in order to basically get the most out of it. My daughter can check her balance on my app, but if she wants her own app where she can manage her money and take a look at how she allocates her money, she needs her own mobile phone, and my daughter is 8 and she doesn't have her own phone yet. I do love how visual Hyperjar is and how it allows you to budget in particular jars and set spending limits on particular jars, and it also lets you create a never list for certain jars. So if you don't want your kid spending all of like their gaming savings on Roblox, for example, then you can set certain limits on which brands they can and can't spend with, which is great. Hyperjar doesn't have all the features that Gohenry has. It doesn't have all those educational money mission resources. It does not allow you to set chores and tasks for your child to earn money. And possibly most crucially for probably older children, you can't go to an ATM and withdraw cash with the Hyperjar kids card. So putting Gohenry and Hyperjar head to head then, Hyperjar is missing those extra features that Gohenry has. So setting the chores, the savings goals, the money missions, and it can't be used at an ATM. Gohenry is going to cost you more money, £3.99 a month, plus extra money if you want to top it up more than once a month for your child. So you have to plan ahead on how much allowance you're going to give them that month if you don't want to be stung with that 50p charge. Both allow you to invite other people to contribute to your child's pocket money, so if grandparents, uncles, aunts want to get involved, then they can. Neither of them are a bank, so you're not going to earn any interest, and it doesn't offer the same protection as a bank. However, both of them do offer guarantees to customers that if the worst were to happen and the companies went bust, you would receive your money back. So the money is held safely. What about the other options? The main rival to Gohenry and to Hyperjar is probably Rooster Money from NatWest. This is great for NatWest customers or RBS customers because you get it for free. For those who aren't a NatWest or RBS customers, it costs £1.99 per card. Otherwise, the Rooster Money app works very much similarly to Gohenry. You can set chores, you can set tasks, you can set savings goals. I just don't think that the educational offering in there is quite as good, but it is a really, really solid rival. And if you're a NatWest customer, it's kind of a no-brainer to go for that free option with the prepaid debit card because you won't be paying the monthly fee that you would with Gohenry. If you're not a NatWest customer, it may appeal to you more because it is cheaper. It's £1.99 a month versus that £3.99 a month that Gohenry is charging. However, Rooster Money does also offer a completely free app. Now, this one doesn't involve any real money at all. It doesn't come with a prepaid card, but it's more of a virtual tracker for your child's pocket money. So particularly if your child is quite young and you're either holding their pocket money in cash or you've got it set aside in your own bank account, this is a really, really great way of visually showing them this is how much you have in your account. This is how you could maybe allocate it towards the toys that you want to buy, or that trip to McDonald's you want, or that trip to bowling that you might want to do. There are, of course, a couple of other options. There's Revolut under 18, which might particularly appeal if you're already a Revolut customer. This app is super basic. The prepaid card costs £4.99 to get it posted. That's a one-off cost, but then after that you don't get charged. Now, the basic Revolut app doesn't have any of the chores or savings features. You'd have to pay a monthly fee. I believe that starts at £2.99 a month to unlock those features. I think that one would appeal mostly to people who are already customers of Revolut and use it a lot anyway. And then another option is Starling. This exists as a kind of pot of money within your existing Starling bank account. This one actually is a bank account, however you do have to pay a £2 a month fee. And two other alternatives to Gohenry are Osper and Nimble. Again, these are both fee paying. You will have to pay a fee every single month, but you can set savings goals in these apps. What if your child wants to take their prepaid card abroad? Well, several of these offer fee-free spending. So Gohenry is fee-free, Hyperjar is fee-free, Starling Kite is fee-free. However, Rooster has a 3% fee when spending over £50 in 1 month. And with Revolut under 18, there is a free spending limit after which charges may apply, and that's the same with ATM withdrawals. So if you are looking for a card that can be used free abroad, definitely double check the small print just to make sure that your first choice card will fulfill that for you. With all of that in mind, which of these cards that I've talked about is best for you? If ATM use is absolutely essential for you, then that rules Hyperjar out. If you don't like the idea of a monthly fee just to bung your kid a few quid every single month, then that probably rules out Gohenry and some of those other paid options that I talked about. Rooster is a really, really solid option, especially for NatWest customers. If you've got a younger child, or if all you want to do is just help your child to visualize how much pocket money is available to them, then the free virtual tracker from Rooster Money has got everything you need. It's not going to cost you anything. However, of course, it doesn't come with that prepaid card. What's my ultimate advice? If you want the best app with all the coolest features, go with Gohenry. Just bear in mind that £3.99 a month price. If all you want is a prepaid card and just an app that helps your child visualize how much money they've got, go with Hyperjar if you're not a NatWest customer. Go with Rooster Money if you are a NatWest customer, and take advantage of the free subscription. Okay guys, I really, really hope that you found this video useful. It gave you lots of information about the different prepaid cards and kids pocket money apps that there are out there. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the next upload. Bye.